This is our living room.
The colors of Ian's catastrophic imprint roll across parts of Florida in so many different ways.
Welcome to the landing.
But make no mistake, Ian's unwelcome visit in Central Florida continues to punctuate its storm signature with epic flooding more than a week after it made landfall in southwest Florida.
We saw flood lines. We knew that it was going to come. Flood lines were down at the bottom of my window, which is here. So we never thought that much more would ever happen.
You want to do a dump real quick on the trailer?
We can.
Yeah.
These families are veteran hurricane survivors. They've weathered Faye, Charlie, and then Irma.
That has never flooded. It's here. That has never flooded. And right now it's about 3 feet over the land. And my concern right now is the wind-driven chop on the lake busting out my windows and getting more damage into the house.
But Ian would leave all of them, well, stunned and speechless.
I lost everything in my house. Everything's upside down.
For Carla Zeller, a lifetime of memories is collected into just a few simple trash bags.
We didn't expect it to go higher than Irma. And I think everybody kind of thought that probably. And then the water just kept coming and coming. And I think the one night it was still not over the seawall. And then the next morning we woke up and it was over the seawall. And I was letting the dogs out and there was nowhere for them to go. That's how the water just kept coming up so fast, I'm sure.
This type of rapid rise isn't normal, especially from a hurricane that hit more than 185 miles south of here.
Part of the problem with all of this water is that it's coming from all different directions. Now, we have water that's coming from Brevard County, which is over 100 miles south of here, and it flows all the way north to Jacksonville. So Lake Harney is like a bottle gap where all of that water collects. And as you can see, Lake Harney has joined where this should be a normal driveway, flooded out the home, and the water has no place to go.
Just a few years ago, a 12-foot seawall was built after Hurricane Irma flooded out these Lake Harney homes. Irma's wall of water hit just below 11 feet. But Ian's flood levels rose to a staggering 12.7 feet this week, more than 1.5 feet higher than Irma. And all attempts to prevent flooding failed.
Yeah, you have to be 500 years old, I guess, to see that.
Local flood experts call this a 1 in 500 year flood event. That means in any given year, there's a 1 in 500 or a 0.2% chance an epic flood like this will strike a particular area in a given year. But with a changing climate, 1 in 500 year events are happening more frequently and with wetter hurricanes that can create more catastrophic flooding.
No good.
A slow drain out of Lake Harney back into the St. Johns River means families are looking at another 6 weeks before they can even try to return home to start and rebuild.
This is a war zone. This is, I'm sure, if you were a war correspondent, this is what you would have seen.
So many tough days lie ahead with tough questions like, do they rebuild? Is it all a total loss? Or do they try and start over?
I don't know. It depends. It depends on how old you are. If you're my age, it would be devastating. To rebuild is 3-4 years. Makes her 80.
With great reward comes great risk. And that is what these Hurricane Ian survivors will have to try and unpack in the coming weeks and even months ahead. On special assignment in Geneva, Florida, I'm meteorologist Leslie Hudson reporting.